Hey, SJ, I got a rant. If you didn't get a chance to check out my video where I'm talking about boycotting, we can't. Are we going to boycott everybody? That video. If you hadn't had a chance to check that video out, go check that video out. I just did it, and I'm talking about um the different businesses that I'm talking about the different businesses that they're trying to boycott Target. They're trying to boycott Amazon. They're trying to boycott black people are trying to boycott all these businesses and stuff. And I was talking about how can we boycott everybody? I was talking about I that Target was doable, that I could boycott Target because I don't hardly shop there anyway. But now they're saying we should boycott Walmart. Now they're saying we should boycott um, Chick-fil-A. And then they're saying we should boycott Amazon. Now I was talking about how I need a lot of products that Amazon sells in that video. Just in case you didn't catch it, but go check it out. I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. This is a rant. This is an official rant. I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. Um, being black is exhausting. Being a black person, particularly, especially being a black woman, is exhausting. I just want to be a human. Can I be a human being? I've said in other videos, many other videos, and if you watch my content on a regular basis, you've heard me say it in other videos. My race, I'm not defined by my race. I am a woman that just happens to be black. Okay? I do not want to be defined by my race. Okay? Because he said somebody, the dude that played on New York Undercover, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The guy that played, I love that show. He played on New York Undercover. And black people got all upset because he said that he didn't, I believe it was him. Black people got upset because he said that he didn't want to be seen as black. That he didn't want to be seen as black, and then at first I was like, well, he tripping. And then I thought about, I said, well, he gonna see, they gonna see you as black. You know, you can't hide your color. But then I thought about it, what he had really marinated and meditated on what he said. And I thought about it and I said, oh, okay, I understand where he's coming from. I understand what he's saying. He basically was saying that he doesn't want to be defined by his race. It's pretty much what he was saying. He don't want to be defined by his race. That's what he was saying. And I've been saying the same thing. I don't want to be defined. I can't speak for other black people, and I'm not trying to speak for other black people. I'm speaking for myself. I do not want to be defined by my race. Now, then you say those things, people say, well, you ain't proud being black. I'm proud being June. Okay? I'm proud of being June. That's who I'm proud of being, June. Why I gotta be proud of being black? I'm proud of being June. Okay, I'm a woman that just happens to be black. Okay? But when you say stuff like that, oh, you hate yourself and all this kind of stuff. Why I gotta hate myself? Why I gotta hate myself? Because I'm not defined by my race. I'm a human being. I'm a human being out here. I'm a woman out here. I am a woman first. I'm human first. I'm a human being first. Okay? Then I'm a woman. Then black comes third. Okay? Black is just my race. That's all that is. It's just a race. Black is just my race. I'm a woman, a human woman that just happens to be black. That doesn't mean I don't like some of the things that comes with being black, like, beautiful skin tone and complexion. I do like the fact and appreciate the fact that we don't age as fast as other races, some of the other races, whatever. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the fact that we come in all beautiful shades. Okay. Beautiful different hair textures. I appreciate that. I do appreciate the fact that our race of people are very smart. We just don't use it. And very talented. And I have talents. But those talents might not necessarily be associated with my race. I mean, I got rhythm. I like to think I do. You know, at least I had it. So that doesn't mean, the culture, the music, the food. I can appreciate all those things about being black. Absolutely. But at the same time, I am not defined by my race. Okay? If that makes sense. If it makes sense, let me know in the comment section if it makes sense to you. I can appreciate a lot of things about being black, but at the same time, I am not defined by being black. I'm not defined by my race. I'm just trying to be a human being. Why I gotta boycott everybody? Why I gotta boycott all these people? And y'all gonna make me feel bad because I'm shopping at Amazon. Y'all gonna try to make me feel guilty because I'm shopping at Amazon. Well, y'all should be shopping at Amazon. Now, come on. Come on, stop it. All these companies got some internalized racism. All of them do. We just don't know about it. Okay? A lot of companies that I worked for here in my city had some internalized racism issues. They had some biasness. Hello? But I still had to have a job. And if I got to the end of my rope, then I moved on to another job. If I got to the place that I couldn't take it no more, then I moved on to another job is what I did. Okay? But a lot of these, I've worked for a lot of companies. I've had a lot of jobs in my lifetime. Lots of them. Because I did a lot of job hopping. I did lots of job hopping. I've had lots of jobs. Okay? In a lot of those jobs, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them, well, most majority of them, have some internalized racism issues. Microaggressions and all that type of stuff. Yeah. I kid you not. I got a little story to tell you. I worked, one of my first jobs was at Burger King. One of the Burger Kings here in my city. It was one of my first jobs, literally. It was I think it was my first job. I worked at a Burger King here in my city. Because we got like 4 of them, I think. That was one of my first jobs. It was this guy on the job. Now, I was so young. I was so young, and I didn't understand the racist terms and things like that. I was so young, and I didn't understand. I didn't know all the racist terms and things directed towards the black people. I didn't know. There was a white guy on this job that used to call me Jigaboo. June, you jigaboo. Oh, June, you jigaboo. He said it all the time. His name was Guy. He said it all the time. All the time. Oh, June, you jigaboo. He used to say that all the time. Literally. He said it to me all the time. He said it all the time. Now, at the time, mind you, I was so young. I didn't understand what jigaboo really meant. I didn't know what it meant. And that's why I let him slide. I found out much later on in life what that term really meant. And it was a derogatory term. We all know that it's a derogatory term towards black women or black people. I didn't know that then because I was so young. I was like 19 when I started working this job, and I had never been called nothing like that. I didn't have a lot of racist experiences up to that point in my life. Not that I think my kindergarten teacher was a racist, but I digress. But I didn't know that. I was only 5 years old. But I didn't know what that term meant. I didn't really find out till years later that was a derogatory term towards black people. And baby, I wanted to go looking for him. When I found out what that term really meant, I wanted to go looking for him. I said, where is this guy character at? Where is he? Where does he still live in my city? Does he still live here? Where is he? Does he still live here? I'd like to have a talk with him. When I found out what that word really meant. But he used to say that to me all the time. June, oh June, you jigaboo. He used to say that to me all the time. And this company, and the manager that company was racist too. She was biased. She treated me terribly. And once again, I was very, very young. And I didn't know that was a derogatory term. But he said it all the time. Oh, June, you jigaboo. He used to say that to me all the time. And I found out a lot of years later that it was a racist term. And that was like one of my first jobs that I had. And and the manager, because she was racist herself, didn't say a word to him about that. Nobody tried to correct him. And I was working with two other friends of mine, black ladies. They were friends of mine that I went to school with. They probably didn't know what it meant either, because nobody checked him. Nobody checked him about that. Nobody. Okay. Oh, I got a lot more stories to tell, but that was one of my first jobs. So a lot of these companies have my point is that a lot of these companies have some internalized racism. Now, when I got to, mind you, because I had lots of different jobs, when I got to the end of my rope, then I made a move. When I got to the end of my rope. When I got to the end of my rope, then I couldn't take anymore. Okay, now it's time for me to bounce. Oh, that's I always said that. It's time for me to bounce, and it's time for me to go on to another job. It's time for me to move on. And so I moved on to, and this city where I live at is a lot of white folks. It's a high population of white people, and it's racist. It's racist. It's a racist town. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of racism. And so that's my point. A lot of these companies have some internalized racism. A lot of them do. Okay, if you are working right now, if you're looking at this video and you're working right now, okay, the company that you're working at, 9 times out of 10, if you're a black person and you're working, has some internalized racism issues. You're either experiencing some of those, it may be in the form of microaggressions, or you're either experiencing some of that internalized racism stuff and you're just sucking it up and putting up with it because you need a job. I know I done been there, done that. Or you are in a total state of oblivion and you don't realize, just like in that situation there, I didn't realize he was being racist. Because some microaggressions can go over your head and you don't realize that it's racist, but it is. White folks think they slick. So it's either coming in forms of microaggressions or denied certain opportunities, or telling you that you're not working hard enough, or trying to find every little mistake that you make, while the white people get by being mediocre and half doing their job. I've seen that, been there, done that, been through that too. While they're still telling you you need to work harder, or trying to find every little mistake that you make. As a result, every black person of a particular age knows that you got to work twice as hard to get twice as far. We got to pay the black tax. They called it the black tax. So it's either you are conscious of it or you're not. But every company out here got some internalized racism. All of them, a good majority of them do. Okay. If it gets so bad and you're working for a company, like I said, if I was working for a company and it got so bad, um, I just had to move on, you know, because you gotta, you can't, if you try to sue for discrimination, well, discrimination is very, very hard to prove in a court of law, and they know that. So you just chalk it up and just move on to another job. Well, one job I was forced to resign because of racism, but that's what I'm saying. Is either if you experience it on your job, you gonna quit your job, go on to another one, or whatever. But it's a lot of these companies that have some internalized racism. A lot of them do. Okay? And so that same goes for a lot of these companies that we patronize. We don't have any infrastructure. We don't have no infrastructure. I'm exhausted. I just want to be human out here. I just want to be a human being. Can I just be human? I wear a wig, because I have hair loss issues. Oh, I hate myself. Now I got black men telling me I hate myself because I wear a wig. I wear a wig because, well, I do like them, but I have hair loss issues. I've said that many, 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 many times on here. You guys have seen my natural hair. And I'm not embracing my gray very well. That's why I wear these sometimes. Sometimes. In summertime, I cannot wear them because it's too hot. And I am going through my change, and I have hot flashes on top of the heat. So you will see me in my natural hair this summer. But I get accused because I'm a black woman and I wear a wig. I get accused of self-hatred. But a white woman wears a wig. Nobody never says nothing to her. She don't hate herself. Nobody, she doesn't. White women don't get accused of hating themselves. They could wear a wig. They could do everything, and don't get accused of self-hatred. But as soon as we wear one, we hate ourselves. And then on the flip side, if a black woman is working in corporate America, they want her to wear a wig. They don't want a black woman to wear her natural hair the natural hair that grows out of her head. Because they have some beautiful natural hairstyles. I love a lot of them. But they don't want black women to wear them in corporate America. They want a black woman to throw a wig on. Like, how many of you sisters had to decide upon going on a job interview, should I wear a wig or how should I do my hair? Should I wear a wig or whatever? How many? Quite a few. I just want to be a human being. Well, I gotta go. Hit me up that comment section. I just want to be a human.